has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next pass. I recommend using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
Hello. Welcome back to episode 3. First sniper mission of the series. This becomes a series staple after this point. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of ignoring Cortana's advice to sneak up on the left. It's better to hang back for this first shootout here. You're less likely to get spotted and overwhelmed and killed. It can very easily happen on Legendary. And better yet, if you hang back, remember what they were saying, Cortana told the Marines not to engage until they hear the enemy return fire, so you kill the enemies before they spot you from back here. Somehow they don't hear the super loud boom, the sniper rifle, but whatever. Well, it means the Marines aren't charging in stupidly and getting themselves killed, so you can preserve them. Now, just a few grunts to mop up. As usual, you start with a shitty assault rifle. I swapped that out for the plasma pistol immediately. I actually forgot about the reinforcements coming from the canyon, but I take care of them, no problem.
Let 'em have it! Let's go!
That up there was the Covenant stationary gun that she was talking about. Official name is the Shade Turret. It's actually a good thing if an elite pops into one of those, because what makes the elites most dangerous is how agile and dodgy they are. So when they're in place like that, I mean, you saw how easily I killed them. Incidentally, the sniper rifle that you get in this mission is special. Normally, the sniper rifle can hold 28 rounds. Okay, Cortana.
Around the next bend.
We're ready to advance as soon as you go for us, Cortana.
Hey, we did it! We're right behind you, Chief!
Thanks, Marine. Anyway, the sniper rifle you get, normally the sniper rifle has 28 rounds. This one starts with 68. It's kind of weird because it starts with 68, but if you ever go below 28, well, okay, so it starts at 68, but it can't get more ammo. You'll see what I mean. It's a little hard to describe. Gonna be a little quiet here because the song's great. I love this song. Kind of fucked up there, wasted 4 shots, but 4 shots to kill a yellow jackal on this mission were worthwhile trade, I think. So, as you can see, grunts and elites can inhabit the shade turrets. Shade turrets are one of those things where they're probably the least threatening enemy on the battlefield, but you wouldn't want to just leave them lingering because they can tear through your Marines pretty fast, and they can do a lot of damage if you're worried about other enemies. So low priority, but you don't want to just ignore enemies. Speaking of low priority, here's as I mentioned in the last mission, I'm always glad to see an elite with a needler, because they're much less threatening than the ones with plasma rifles. I was looking around there because I was genuinely surprised that I managed.
Detected up ahead. The path up on the left should let us sneak up around them.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised I managed to keep all the Marines alive up to this point. This time you actually do want to take Cortana's advice.
While you get into position, Chief.
Yeah. Although, I believe the first death of the mission's coming up here. Yeah, I fucked up sniping there. Although, that actually isn't the cause of the death, because as you see, I kind of salvage it. I find that it's illustrative to leave some deaths in just to see, like, what I did wrong versus, like, how you did it right. It's always good when you can get 2 or more.
Cortana to Fire Team Charlie. The Chief has the left flank covered. Recommend you move up the middle.
Yeah. So, I cut ahead there, just because what happened was the Marines, when they go up the middle, they just get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of Covenant there.
While you get into position, Chief.
And they all die, and then you get overwhelmed by the Covenant. So, what I decided to do instead is charge up the middle with the Marines so I can kind of protect them better. It helps that I got that stick. Didn't waste so many sniper rounds this time. Usual overcharge. Just wanted to take care of those initial guys, but then I followed the Marines up.
Cortana to Fire Team Charlie. Move up on the left. You should be able to flank the enemy.
As you can see, she has different dialogue depending on where you assault from, which is kind of cool. So by doing this, I'm better able to guard the Marines, and, you know, in turn, they're better able to be a distraction and kind of guard me a little bit. Incidentally, as you probably noticed by now, grunts are actually the biggest Marine killers because they throw those plasma grenades, and Marines are too stupid to get out of the way. So they just, you know, one grunt can wipe out an entire squad of Marines with
Covenant
plasma
dropships are
grenades.
inbound.
Don't worry, this holdout section doesn't go as long as the ones in Mission 2. It's just the extra additional wave for this one, just 2 waves. I think all my Marines are dead at this point, but, you know, that's okay, because they got me through the initial shootout, which is all I needed before. Now, I threw the grenade just so I wouldn't have the shade turret bothering me, basically. And sticky grenades are extremely plentiful, so you know, you gotta ration them or anything. Frag grenades are in especially short supply on this mission. Although, it doesn't help when you completely whiff a throw with that. As you can see, I kind of locked in a little bit and got better at the quick scoping, short-range sniping for this mission. Although, that missed overcharge was very embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm sorry you had to witness that. Now, yeah, it's at this point I realized that all my Marines are dead, for sure. There is actually a little tool. If you're having trouble with that fight, you can come up here. If you played the multiplayer, you might recognize this. This is active camo. Works exactly how it does in the multiplayer. Once again, probably more useful because the AI is dumber than like actual human players. I prefer to save it after the fight because there's a bunch of elites. There's a bunch of red elites in that narrow tunnel right there. Let you stick one with a plasma
We're
grenade and just
directly
kill
under
them
the
all.
ship now. The Covenant use a gravity lift to move troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. We need to ambush them at the grav lift's loading zone and use the lift to enter the ship.
Alright. And active camo actually lasts for a really long time. Like, as you can see, I still have it. I have it for long enough to clear out this initial pack of Covenant. Now, I'm not going to hold you. In my opinion, this is the hardest part of the mission, this grav lift fight. Once you're past here, it's mostly smooth sailing, although there are 2 other encounters in this mission that a lot of people struggle with, although I never really found them too bad, but, you know, it's one of those things. Like, I find this fight really hard, but, like, some people can just breeze through it. I find it mainly comes down to how good at throwing grenades you are. I'm not very good at that, so this fight is kind of hard to me. What makes this fight so hard, you might be asking? It seems pretty easy. Well, as you can see, I take out this initial wave of enemies, eventually. And then another wave comes down. So, in total, 8 waves of Covenant come down that gravity lift. Yes, I said 8 waves, in addition to the initial wave that you have to clear out. So that's 9 waves. And then, at some point... Yeah, here's a death montage of all the times... Yeah, I died twice. At some point, a Covenant dropship comes, so there's a total of 10 waves of Covenant you have to clear out. It's like 40 or 50 guys you gotta take out in this one part. What's not helping, though, and those of you who played this game...
yeah. Requesting reinforcements at our position.
Roger, Cortana. Echo 419 on approach.
Yeah, so a really weird thing that happens in this part, you're supposed to get, if all your Marines died before, at this point, you're supposed to get 5 Marine reinforcements to help you out. This and one other attempt are...
Covenant dropships are inbound.
There's the Covenant dropship trigger. It didn't trigger last time, but it triggered this time, and for some reason the trigger to spawn the friendly Marines, it only triggered this time and one other time. I've never had that happen before. Not sure what causes it, but it made this already difficult fight a lot more difficult. The fact that I had no Marine, that, as you can see, yeah, they make this section, like, even though they're not very helpful, like, just giving the enemies additional targets to shoot at makes this part a lot easier. Another thing that makes this part a lot easier than it could be is the fact that all the elites in this part are blue elites. If there were a bunch of red elites in this part, this would be a lot more brutal, but luckily they're all blue elites. And most of the jackals that spawn, I think, are also blue, not yellow, so that helps, of course. Yeah, spoiler alert, I'm gonna die at the end of this attempt. I just wanted to show it, just because this is the only time that the Marines, like, really spawned and helped out. The worst part, the absolute worst part, is I could have actually clutched it out. Like, you know, this is difficult, but the Marines did help me clear out some of the initial waves, and, you know, I thought I could clutch this out, but I make a big mistake. It cost me this run, sadly. They just keep on coming, and they just keep on coming. Needlers suddenly become a lot more threatening when you need to run away, because you can't see them. First of all, that was an elite in the shade, which cost me valuable time. I accidentally hit the button to board the shade turret, which, yeah, gets me killed in a huge explosion. I was so mad, and, you know, I died a few more times after that. There we go. Yeah. It's 5 now, I think, maybe more. Maybe somebody's keeping count, I don't know. I think that last one was especially brutal because I got, like, right up near the end, like, to the second to last wave. But I think this is the attempt that I finally clutched out. Now, you've seen how difficult it is. A few things that you can help you. Enemies basically, as you can see, they basically can't see you at all when you're camoed, so it's good to take advantage of that as much as you can. That took out the elite right away. As you may have noticed, there's a supply cache over to the north, like near the top of the lift. Accidentally got into the shade turret again, but luckily this time that didn't kill me. Another thing that might help you, if you're having trouble with this part, to keep in mind, the next wave if there are 2 or more enemies alive, the next wave will not spawn, no matter how long you take. So if you're not ready to fight the next wave, it's a good idea to leave a few grunts alive just to like grab ammo and supplies and stuff, because you know, sniper ammo starts getting a little tight around this part because you fought through this whole mission already. Whenever you're ready for the next wave to spawn, just kill one of the enemies.
Covenant dropships are inbound.
As you can see, the next wave, it immediately spawned as soon as there was only one grunt left. So I take out the other grunt real quick. Now, this second wave is probably the easiest because it's literally just 2 jackal miners and 2 grunts. It's like, you know, probably the easiest of the 10 waves. Although, doesn't help when I play badly, but I still took him out. This is wave number 3. Yeah, so much easier to take out the blue ones than the red ones. Probably would be a nightmare if there were a bunch of reds. Almost got hit by that overcharge there. Pushed out. This is wave number 4. I'll probably lose count of the waves at some point. And this is where being able to rapid fire the plasma pistol starts coming in real handy. As you can see, I've been using the plasma pistol a lot more this mission. Speaking of pistols, you might notice that for once we actually don't start with the Magnum. That's part of what makes this mission quite hard. You kind of have to, if you're not good with the sniper rifle, or like at least decent with it, like I am, you know, you don't have a Magnum to fall back on, so you kind of got to get good with the sniper rifle, otherwise you'll struggle a lot more. I think this is wave number 5 out of 10. Might be wrong there. Hope I'm not, because that would be really annoying to listen to. More here. Actually, you know, I didn't notice I got that checkpoint until just now, so when I was playing, I was like, oh god, I don't want to start at the beginning all over again. But, huh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that. Just right this second. Oh well. I probably played better, because I didn't know I had it. If I knew I had it, wave 6, probably. If I knew I had it, I would have probably been sloppy. Got it. Oh well. One thing I kind of wish I did, I wish I got like more footage of the ship, because I really like Covenant ships, just in general. I think yeah, I like the biggest assault. Wave 7. Yeah. Maybe I could have cut some of this fight out, but I feel like I wanted to show the whole thing, just to give you an idea of just how brutal long this part can be. Maybe this is a good time to talk about checkpoints. I feel like nobody is entirely sure how Halo 1 checkpoints work. Oh, wave 8. Yeah, as you can see, there's exactly one enemy left, and that spawns in the next wave. Luckily, that was a needler. I mean, I might have died there. Well, probably not, actually. That was full health, but still. So, baseline, the checkpoints, there's a few fixed ones throughout the mission, and then there's like... Okay. Oh, it looks like I miscounted. I guess that was wave 9. Because you always get a checkpoint after wave 9. And then for the final wave, there's a weird calm. And then the music starts. And then you have a whole new enemy to deal with. These are hunters, new enemy to this mission. The game kind of treats them more like mini bosses than standing. Oh, good. If that was Halo Reach, that would have killed me. But yeah, luckily, hunter melee attacks don't do that much, but they can melee you. What I'm trying to do here, if you can get a sniper round into their orange backs, that's a one hit kill. So that's, in my opinion, the best way to kill them if you can. Small arms fire from the front basically does nothing. If you can get good with the sniper rifle at close range, they're pretty easy.
Cortana to Echo 419. We've reached the gravity lift and are ready for reinforcements.
Copy that, Cortana. Hold tight, gentlemen. Bowhammer out.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. He'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Echo 419 inbound. Clear the drop zone.
So if after the elevator firefight, or the grav-lift firefight, I guess you can call it, if all your Marines are dead, you get another resupply here. It's the third resupply. Now, to be clear, this is different from the resupply that was supposed to trigger. Like, this is a different resupply. So I just got really unlucky there. Anyway, I pause here because like that was a lot of fighting. Figured it would be good to get some downtime. I do get a little view of the ship. I switch over to anniversary graphics just to... This time I wanted to show off that I feel like anniversary graphics even make the weapons look worse. Like, I do not like how the sniper rifle works. Should be showing off an elite corpse, I think. It's a little hard to see when they're dead, but they really messed up remastering the hunters. The hunters look really goofy in remastered graphics, not intimidating at all. Which they're supposed to be because they're mini-bosses anyway. Belly of the beast. Belly of the beast.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here. I think maybe nobody's home.
Yeah. So that's a new enemy. That's a white stealthy. They're invisible, but they have no shields, which makes them kind of fragile.
You had to open your mouth.
Oh, and another new enemy. That's a gold zealot. They, in contrast, they're very visible, but they have the strongest shields in the game. Any enemy.
All right.
I think they can take 3 headshots of the sniper rifles. Yeah. So this is another firefight that people find to be very hard. You just have to deal with like a ton of Covenant reinforcements. I find this one slightly easier, I guess. I just find it easier to fight Covenant in enclosed spaces. And also, you guaranteed have Marines helping you out. If you're having trouble with this part, a little trick. When you see Covenant coming out of the doors on your motion tracker... Oh, you can also come in here. You really want to take out the gold and stealth elites as soon as possible. They cut through your Marines like butter. Those swords that they're holding, those are the iconic energy swords. Sadly, you can't use them in this game. You've probably seen they just self-destruct. But yeah, that is a one-hit kill. They cut through your Marines. Sorry, just being quiet for the music. Alright, so one thing that can help you in this part, when you see the enemies coming on your motion tracker, if you see like one dot ahead of a pack of other dots, that tells you that there's an elite in the front. If it's like a pack of dots together, that tells you it's going to be a pack of Grunt and Jackals, and you can throw it in, deal with it like that. Oh, for the record, this is where Legendary distinguishes itself, because on that previous grav-lift fight, there's only like 3 or 4 waves on lower difficulties, including the Hunters. Speaking of Hunters, on Legendary, you gotta fight another set of Hunters here. Yeah. So, on lower difficulties, the elites that come out, they're only stealth elites, but Legendary makes a lot of them, makes most of them the gold zealots. This Marine pissed me off. He blocked my shot. He got in the way of my shot, so I let him die. You can call it petty if you want. It's,
Way to go! Area secure, sir. We better keep moving. How about that door?
not sure why the Marines dialogue bugged out there, but sometimes that happens. just showing off that there's a health pack over here if you need it, and another active camo. You might be wondering, why didn't you use the active camo in that fight? Well, you certainly can. It can help you out. I prefer to use it for this part. There's a lot of Covenant in these hallways, and having active camo here is more advantageous than the Belly of the Beast fight. That's what people call that fight. Okay, so the Covenant are pretty stupid when you put on the active camo, but they are completely blind, so be a little careful. Luckily, I only got noticed by a grunt, so...
Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Yeah, if you have enough health and shields, you can just jump down there and kind of skip a part of the level very easily if you want. I decided to play the whole thing out just for people who might see that. There's definitely a lot of like little mini skips that you can easily do in these games, even if you're not a speedrunner. That's one of the things I enjoy about Halo. Oh, dodging his overcharges left and right. As you can tell at this point, I was getting really worried about my sniper ammo. Luckily, when you fight your way down to the ground floor, there legitimately there's going to be a sniper ammo cache, so don't worry too much about it and hang on to your sniper rifle. That is one thing about this mission. Even if you run out of sniper ammo, hang on to your sniper rifle, because you can get more sniper ammo, but you can't get another sniper rifle. So if you trade it away for something, it's gone for good. I'm not even sure what you traded away for. Or what, like the needler, I guess? There's no magnum in this level. Yeah, imagine trading a power weapon for the Halo 1 needler. Wow. There's an idea. That Red Elite somehow didn't see me. Always satisfying when you can stick a red. Yeah, I was literally down to my last barrel. If I had managed my ammo any worse, I would have ran out, but luckily there's a resupply right here. It's a bit deceptive because, yeah, there's a little more up there, so don't forget that little crane nook. Incidentally, these tank things in the hangar, you want to be a little careful about them, because if like they take too much damage, they can explode and kill you. That's not... oh. So here, I kept my promise from the last video. I showed the needler off. As you can see, it kind of is not very good. It kind of, although it looks really cool. But yeah, basically completely worthless against jackals. Their shields just deflect it. Yeah. Kind of wish I'd just stuck with the plasma pistol, but. Now, you might argue that's not the best showcase for it, you know, big open room full of jackals, but it's like, you know, the plasma pistol could deal with a big room full of jackals just fine. Magnum, you know, basically any other weapon. Incidentally, this is another, I wouldn't call this, like, one of the most difficult fights, but this part can be a little tough, because, you know, there's just a bunch of Covenant just come from, like, every door in this hangar bay area. You gotta fight through them all before you can reunite with your Marine allies. Because that's the door control panel Cortana told us to mess around with. This way. I guess it makes sense there'd be so many Covenant, because this is their ship that we're on.
All clear, sir.
We should get
Yeah.
moving.
All right, everybody stay cool. Yell if you see anything.
So there's going to be a little cut right here, because if you remember, there's a health pack in that first Belly of the Beast room. So yeah, I went back and grabbed it and cut it out because that'd be boring to watch. Let's just progress. So, incidentally, if you rush ahead, the Covenant, you can't open any of the doors in this room on your own until, you know, the Marine gives the all-clear signal. But, like, if you time it smartly, you can trick the Covenant into opening the door for you and then run through and then just skip that whole part. A lot of cool, neat speedrunning tricks in this level. Yep, this is really where you gotta learn how to rapid fire that plasma pistol. It's the best way to save ammo on this level. Speaking of ammo, that's something I never really talked about. Kinetic weapons, you have to like pick up additional ammo on the ground, but battery weapons like the rifle and the pistol, if you find one on the ground with more battery, you can just pick that one up. That's part of why the plasma pistol is so good, because there's constant ammo refills. And I was just checking to see how many Marines I still have alive. I have 3. Alright, so this is the... I called that other area the hangar bay before, but this is the hangar. This is another fight that people consider very difficult. There's Covenant everywhere on multiple levels, all firing down. There's a red elite just shooting down. As you can see, he tears through my Marines. Biggest tip I can give: kind of hug this like opening doorway. It's probably the only part of the room that's safe because Covenant don't come in behind you in this part. Yeah, all my Marines died. So this is another part where I get really unlucky. And, like, okay, I think I know what happened this time, but so if all your Marines die here, something cool. Oh, I guess I was wrong about enemies not spawning in behind you, but whatever. Yeah. I feel like the motion tracker has a big enough range that it's not really like super cheap. Like, you could see the enemies coming in behind you. Honestly, the more annoying part is the Covenant on the upper level, because you can't really get the sniper rifle. So if you had mismanaged your sniper ammo, you'd be kind of a rough spot, but that's okay. Over, like, underneath the platform to the right of where that blue jackal is, there is another resupply cache. Anyway, if all your Marines die, something kind of cool happens. Faux Hammer will actually fly her Pelican into the hangar and drop off 5 more Marines for you. But... okay. This is what okay. So I feel like I know what happened this time. So this is one of those doors that only the Covenant can open. I came in here. I think what happened is I broke a trigger. And there's going to be some more evidence supporting that idea in just a second. Yeah, I think I broke a trigger. Yeah, you can see... oh, by the way, there's an overshield over here if you need it. Yeah, you can see when there are no Covenant around, that door closes. There's that big long pause of silence. That's when Faux Hammer is supposed to come in, drop off Marines for you, but that didn't happen. So I had to do this whole segment by myself again. Kind of wasted that overshield, but hey, at least I took out the red elite. You know, pros and cons. So, with the Marines, this part would be a lot more active. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. You kind of... it's not immediately clear. You kind of just have to hold out here and kill enemies until Cortana says something. I was a little confused because, you know, this is where I realized that the Marines are supposed to spawn. They just aren't for me for some reason. And, you know, after the Gravelift fight, I was like, damn, am I really going to have to do another like big, difficult fight by myself again in the same mission? And the answer is yes, but, you know, like I said before, I always found the Gravelift much harder than this fight. Oh, I just wanted to show you can jump on the raids.
Wait a moment. I'm going to access the Covenant BattleNet and locate an override code to open a door. Working on it.
I'd like to see you crack 128,000-bit modulating.
Yeah, see, this is more evidence that like I broke a spawn trigger, because Cortana's dialogue there, that's the dialogue she has if you have Marines alive. She has different dialogue, it's just Chief by himself. So I feel like the Marines were supposed to spawn in, but they just didn't. But luckily, that didn't like break the mission. Oh. Once again, when you hear that music, more hunters. The hunter theme. Oh, I took a nasty hit there. I guess a tip for fighting hunters is get in close. They're more dangerous at long range. Those like bazooka arms they have.
The door is open. Everyone should move through now. I can't guarantee that it won't lock again when it closes.
Yeah. Incidentally, you can do a sick grenade jump in here and skip a huge part of this level. You just jump right to the top floor. I'm gonna have to fight through the hallways. Oh, I have no idea where that elite came from. But luckily it was just a needler one, so whatever. I would say the hardest part of the mission is in the rear view mirror at this point. If you can get it this far, you basically have it. Is what I would say. So I decided to kind of play around with the needler again to give it maybe more favorable. So 7 needles, boom, big insta-kill explosion that can damage enemies around you and like trigger grenades on the ground and stuff. It's best for close quarters combat like this, but even then I would rather have. So I believe that was a white stealth elite. Yeah, stealth elites, they don't just have energy swords, they can also wield plasma rifles, just like standard elites. Plasma rifle ones are definitely dangerous. They don't have shields though, but at the same time you don't have like aim assist when you're fighting them. It's a little hard to lock onto them, so overcharge, unlike other elites, overcharge isn't really the best thing to use on them all the time. Yep. There's a stealth elite right there. I got the snipe. See how he dies in one hit, where like even the from a body shot, even the blue elites can tank a body shot from the sniper rifle. It's because the white ones have no shields. So once again, we're trying to get to the 3rd floor of the ship. This is the 2nd floor that we're on right now. Don't worry, things start going by a lot faster. As you can tell by the video length, we're over halfway done. So, kind of, you could argue this is maybe cheap, but again, I feel like the enemy radar in Halo 1 is good enough. Like, you can see they spawned in some guys behind me. So. Yeah, fuck. Oh man, I screwed it up because, again, the grunt body blocked the sniper shot for me, and the elite survived. If I could have just gotten the elite, I wouldn't have died here. Spoilers, this is another death. Yeah. Embarrassing. I hadn't died in a while, so I decided to throw that one in. I do have to do that fight again, but not a huge deal. I get all the sick snipes that I got the first time. That... Oh man, I am so cool. I say as I fuck up the frag grenade. Very, very epic. I get that one. Okay. That's how you take out jackals. Alright. At this point, I was out of frag grenades, so I was just settling for. Although again, yeah. So this is how you're supposed to deal with the ambush spawn, because getting on that center platform makes you more exposed. It's better to hide behind these boxes instead. Although, obviously, you would want to not have the sniper rifle equipped when the elite comes around the corner. But that's a skill issue on my part. Did I get the... Yeah, I got that sniper. That's a good way to take out elites right there, overcharge through the sniper. But I've done that a few times, so I'll preaching to the choir there a little bit. Somehow that jackal survived. Not because whatever, he's dead now. Oh man. Luckily, yeah, we're done with the second floor already. This is the passageway to the third floor. It's really just that first floor that takes a long time. I don't remember what that cut was for, but... Well, I will say I've complained about the terminals in this remake. The terminal on this level is probably the worst of the bunch. That's one I will definitely not be showing. It just spoils so much of the plot. You might be wondering, like, what plot is there to spoil, but, I mean, you'll see. It's helpful if you can snipe that elite early, like that. Now, once again, yeah, the reason I'm looking behind me is because they ambush spawn you again. Worst of all, they put some enemies in the front, so if you're not careful, you can get sandwiched very easily there. They would stick. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now that I die again here. The reason, you might think it's this fight, but I actually make it through this one. Although, I got into a kind of a stupid pissing match with the jackal there. I made better use of cover, so I went in. I don't know why I was so angry at that grunt, but whatever. Yeah, what I forgot about is they actually do that, well, no, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry, the reason I just wasn't ready for 2 yellow jackals, I guess. I played like an idiot, and I died. For the first time, I'm actually going to cut past the part of the fight that I already cleared. You know, just going to go over here. Yeah, this time I'm more ready for them. Incidentally, you might have noticed that... Oh, yeah, I so thought I was dead. Somehow... Okay, not only that, I forgot that they spawn in a second wave of enemies behind you, but I somehow clutched it out. With 1 bar of red health. I guess that makes up for my early mistake. Anyway, you might have noticed that one of the jackals in the doorway, it went from yellow to blue like that. That's not like a Resident Evil 4 style modular difficulty or anything. It's just some of the enemy spawns aren't like preset. Oh yeah. When you hear that music, that you know you're getting close to the end. There's a supply cache over here. Now, what happened here, in real life, my dog came into, my dog that I have, he came into the room and started being a nuisance. I thought I could ignore him, but that ended up being a mistake. Yeah, wait, you want to be more stealthy stealthy than this, and there's multiple elites in that room, and they just charge you through the door. As you can see, there's another zealot. If you're not playing on heroic, that's the first. Or if you're not playing. So you can count that death if you want, but that was more. I swear that was my dog. It was my dog's fault. I'm not bad. I'm good at the game. I'm good. No, but yeah, for real though. Okay, so I took care of the dog in real life, locked in for some more Halo. Anyway, it's a little hard to tell from this angle, but this is the command bridge for the whole ship. You'll notice that there's an elite zealot. Important thing: snipe one of the regular elites immediately. Yeah, there's an elite zealot in command of the ship in the captain's chair, or like the equivalent of the captain's chair. If you're not playing a legendary, this is the first zealot that you encounter in the game. But obviously, if you are playing on legendary, then you encounter a bunch of them in the belly of the beast fight. Like I said, there's more than one normal elite in there. I fucked up that overcharge, but that's okay. Okay. And now, I get a little cocky here because there's only two elites in the zealot, so I figure it's just mopping up grunts. But I forgot about the jackal that I never dealt with. Almost died because of that. You know what? Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer and all that. Yeah. So now I go back for the resupply. Well, more like the rounds for the sniper rifle. Oh yeah. Oh. Incidentally, those Marines that were supposed to spawn in the hangar that didn't for me, if you managed to like escort them all the way here and they survived, they would say like, Master Chief, you go on ahead, we'll hold down the bridge for you, and you would have to do this next part by yourself. The Marines would stay in the bridge. Which will turn out to be a poor decision. Incidentally, those like Marine resupply, just to be clear, they only happen if your squad of Marines that you got at the very start of the level when Sergeant Johnson and Fohammer drop you off. If those Marines die, you get a resupply. But if you're really good at keeping Marines alive, you can bring that initial set of Marines through the entirety of the level. Obviously that's really hard to do on Legendary, but like I've seen people do it. I'm not sure what that pause was for, but it's one pause, so not like a huge deal.
We must be in the brig. These look like holding cells. There are probably multiple detention stations. The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
Yeah. So, it's a good idea. It's good to come to this abandoned brig first, because there's another resupply cache here. I believe that's the last one in the mission, actually, so very important to grab that one. Otherwise, you might find yourself running out of sniper ammo. There might be one more, but if there is, I didn't get it on the video. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I missed that headshot. I missed a headshot on an unaware jackal. That is so embarrassing. Oh my god. I'm sorry you had to see that, viewers. Okay. Anyway, here is the brig fight. As you can see, there's another elite zealot. But what you might not have been able to see, there's a pack of, I think, 2 or 3 white stealth elites. I got one right away to make the fight easier, but if you don't know they're there, you'll run in to fight the zealot and then get gunned down by, I think there's 2 white stealth elites with plasma rifles. Not a good time. So now I have a little bit of a stealth. I have a bit of a stealth duel with this remaining white elite, who's. So I first try to kill him with a chain reaction. That doesn't work. So I get to thinking. We're weaving and bobbing around the pillars, trying to get the jump on one another. I got him good there. So yeah, his roar, that means he's low on health. Missed most of my shots. Lay down some suppressive fire. Nope, there he is. Almost lose my shields this time. But luckily he's low on health, so he's more cautious than he would normally be. And I finally get him.
That was amazing, sir. You really kicked the
Stow it, Corporal. Chief, open these cells and let's get the hell out of here. The power control is along the back wall.
I just showed this guy off in both remaster and original. I think their white armor looks cool, and I feel like it's one of the few designs the remaster didn't like completely screw up. But yeah, I like how the white elites look. Technically, they're just called stealth elites, but you know, whatever. That gold elite got blown back really far by the chain explosion earlier.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
Then it's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
Alright, first and only escort mission in the series. 2 stealth elites come out that door, but simple frag grenade makes short work of them. Again, they don't have shields. Important to know that. Now, okay, for once,
I'm hit.
that wasn't me just being an idiot, forgetting how to fight jackals. If Keys dies, it's game over. You gotta redo this whole part over.
Can't be all of them.
I guess Keys is pretty good with the Needler, at least, but he is very squishy. I mean, he's not even wearing armor. For once, I actually protect these Marines too. These Marines are
Back me up.
You can kind of control where Keys goes. Like, he does kind of follow you.
Nailed it.
Not even going to comment on the embarrassing whiffed overcharges anymore. Yeah, okay, Marine. Alright. Anyway. After the initial stealth elite gank and the 2 yellow jackals afterwards, this part's pretty easy. Yeah. Now you might be wondering, what happens to the Marines. If, you know, the Marines that said they'd hold down the bridge, if you brought them there, they'd all be dead. The scripted death, these energy sword stealth elites would kill them.
You made it.
Cortana to Echo 419.
This is a
We have
really
the
long
captain and
cutscene.
need extraction on the double.
Peacefully. An in-game,
Negative,
in-mission
Cortana. I've
cutscene.
been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride. Sorry.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man.
Stow the belly aching, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
So the reason I'm hiding in this hallway is because I know a bunch of enemies spawn in, and they're very liable to kill Keys if you're not careful. So I tried to get Keys back in that hallway, but then this grunt throws a plasma grenade. The end.
No! We got the Captain.
Yeah, and the worst part, if you die, you gotta start all the way back here. You gotta do the whole stealth elite clear out. So this time I tried from a different angle. Like I said, Keys kind of follows you, so you can kind of control where he is.
Some for me,
At this
huh?
point, you know, I've been playing this mission for over an hour. I didn't care about ammo conservation anymore. I just wanted to kill these grunts. These goons. Yeah, I just went ham with the sniper rifle, which ended up being the right call, because Keys only died that one time. I don't know, would you consider that one of my deaths? You could, I suppose. Last dude.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain! Hunter!
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
Alright. That was one of the more difficult missions in the game. The next mission is a lot easier. Those of you familiar with Halo PC probably have maybe played this mission. I'll see you all next time.